and He is on top. Here we do not stop. Lifting up the name of Jesus, giving Him order. So you hear a lot of Jesus on R.E.P. That's cause it's only good that we are E.P. 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 So if you hear a lot of Jesus on R.E.P. it's cause it's only good that we are E.P. Forerunners, you know how we get down. Yeah, the Lord wants us, cause Jesus be right now. I got an exile, born in the flesh trial. Dead in my sin, shed in my skin like a reptile. Yeah, I rep it whenever I get the chance, but got a new direction, tell them this is my stance. They want entertainment, but we don't entertain them. We speak the truth and introduce them to the King of Jews, present to save them. So probably never see me on the top selected. I will spit unless I'm speaking it from God's perspective. All day stay feeding them the gospel message. Satan's trying to kill the seed like a contraceptive. Can't stop that, gotta get the Christ scene. When we drop tracks, shine light like a high beam. We don't floss flats, extra talking dental hygiene. Brother, what's that? We rep for the whole time. Yeah, we is on top. Yeah, we will not stop. Lifting up the name of Jesus, giving Him order. So we hear a lot of Jesus on R.E.P. I was passing through Streatham Hill on my way home, just looking to rest and chill. When I see this braised face, I remembered well from school days, car. We was like brethren still. I said, well, go on. He asked, what's the deal? I said, I'm saved now. Can't play now how blessed I feel. He's like, what? You still rap for real? I said, bro, I flow better now. God done bless my skill. Now I serve up words to refresh and heal. No joke, let me tell you, Jesus is real. Come to church. Sunday service ends at 12. He paused and said, one day I guess I will. But right now though, I'm trying to collect some bills so I can snatch my chicks and some Lexus wheels. Dude told me how he met this girl. See her in the club from a distance cause she was dressed to kill. Had on clothes but most of the flesh revealed. And bro couldn't say no to the sex appeal. I was like, whoa, sex ain't against his will. But God said the two must connect and build. It's called marriage. And that's where you get fulfilled. But sex becomes much more than just a thrill. Besides, sleeping around can get you killed. That's when he smiled like my words didn't fit the bill. He said, she had no protection, but I pressed her still. Because she said that she was on the contraceptive pill. And that's when I felt to preach and stress the deal. The Bible says fornicators take steps to hell. He was like, I don't care, man. The sex was ill. Little did he know what he just said was real. Because after a while he checked his health and the doctor said his chance of a long life is next to nil. Now there's a lesson if you listen well, and it's this. Truth hurts, but deception kills. So there's this battle within him, you know what I'm saying? And I started to see it a lot. There's this battle within him, like, you man ain't happy. You are frustrated. And you almost hate your life because everything you want to do, your religion can't. So when you do it, you feel so condemned. And you feel so sad about it, like, nah, I need to do better, I'm going to do better, I'm going to do better. You're beating yourself up. And then when you don't do it, you're like, I want to, do you know what I'm saying? But with me now, like, because Jesus changes the heart, my desires changed. So it ain't a thing for me, like, why are you going to the club? Because that's a long time, I don't want to, do you know what I'm saying? No drink, no smoke, I didn't want to do that. So I was still happy, I'm living fulfilled and happy, while they're living frustrated. And that's what religion only can offer, an outward, do you know what I'm saying? An outward change. But when I repented, do you know what I'm saying, and realized I was the problem, he changed my desire. So it wasn't just my whole idea of, well, if I come to Christ, I'm going to have to stop doing all this stuff. My desires changed anyway. So I didn't even care about all of that stuff. And that's the stuff that only Jesus can offer. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's do another song. Basically, this song is called He Died. Just a short verse about Jesus and what he did for us. You know, hear that, alright, yeah? Yo, you showed me so much mercy and so much grace. I deserve hell, you should have put me in my place. Because when I mocked you, Lord, I never rated you. Check it, yo. Crucified for the
hell was too hot, yeah. See what they did to Jesus, they ripped his flesh to pieces. He says he was the Son of God. Do you believe this? They were smashing him in, see how they battered the king. The Roman soldiers were scattering skin. Whips with nails must hurt so bad. And yo, it's so sad. I've never seen anybody hurt so bad. His blood flowed like showers for sin, hours and hours. The king, he was tortured for hours, but he never died. And in fact, I'm even more surprised that Jesus even stayed alive to be crucified. The Romans probably thought he was made of steel, fam. See how he took it like a real man. When they were slapping him, whips lashing him, couldn't count the cuts on his body. You see the gash on him, cause he was real scarred. The boss, he was whipped real hard, whipped real hard. Whether he was a brother, white or another race, I don't care, because I know his blood color, and it's a good cover for all of my sin, and sufficient for me in the future when I sin. So I don't care about the amount of melanin, but yo, I hate it when they make him look feminine. No wonder you've got people laughing at the Christ. When they don't see the blood, they don't see the sacrifice. And I can see how it's hard to show gratitude to some D&G mother looking back dude. Click with the nails as they pierce his hands. He got the fiercest wrath from the Father's hand. Yeah, he showed me so much mercy and so much grace. I deserve hell, you should have put me in my place. Cause when I mocked you, Lord, I never rated you. You came and died for me while I hated you. You showed me so much mercy and so much grace. I deserved hell, you should have put me in my place. Cause when I mocked you, Lord, I never rated you.
Hi, welcome to Edmonton Baptist Church. I'm Nicole, and you guys are?
I'm Tru2DaName.
Jahaziel.
Are there any meanings behind your name?
Well, my government name is Christian, so Tru2DaName just kind of made sense. As that's what I am. I hope, I think, I believe.
And my government name is Jahaziel, so it seemed fitting.
Me was 2004 or 5, around that time. I think it was a gradual thing with me. Like, I can't really point out one specific day when I woke up and the birds were chirping and this light came through my room, and do you know what I'm saying? It was more of a gradual thing, like 2004, 2005, when the Lord really, he rocked me in it. Literally, he kind of slapped me up a bit and made me realise some things, and it's like, it's that time in it to surrender, give him my life.
Similarly for me, it was kind of a process of just finding myself in a lot of conversations with people about God. Like literally leaving that group of friends to go and hang with some other group of friends to get away from the God talk, and finding myself in the same conversations to the point I was like, maybe God is trying to get through to me. And then a friend of mine who I hadn't seen for a long while became a Christian, and when I saw him again, there was just a real marked change in him. And I think on the basis of me looking at his life and thinking, nah, something serious has happened here, when he invited me to his church. It took a while actually. He kept inviting me for about 3 months, and I kept finding excuses and lying and trying to pretend I weren't in sometimes when he rang me. But eventually it got to a point like where it's like, nah, you know what, I need to follow this up. And the first day I went, I was born again, which was in 1995. So I've been saved for like, I can't do the math, but it's about 17, 18 years.
It's everything, do you know what I'm saying? Like, without the gospel, I can't even begin to describe what my life would be, do you know what I'm saying? Like, the gospel is my life, from the way I think, to my job, to my hobbies. Everything just seems to be, apart from football obviously, but...
Oh no, it should affect that as well.
Yeah, even though football is spiritual, don't let no one tell you nothing, do you know what I'm saying? Like, God gave us football for a reason, I just ain't figured it out yet. But yeah, so like, yeah, the gospel is, honestly, I would struggle to tell you what I'd be doing without the gospel. Everything is just kind of geared to, do you know what I'm saying? Spreading the gospel, or just making Jesus, well, he's amazing already, but helping people to see that he's amazing, do you know what I'm saying, through what he did. So yeah, the gospel is, I couldn't even say it's a big part or it's a significant part, it's everything. Do you know what I mean?
And I think the gospel for me gave me a perspective on eternity. Like, prior to me hearing the gospel, my philosophy or my belief was, you know, you lived and you died and that was it, do you know what I'm saying? But the gospel gave me perspective on there being an eternity and how to be saved, do you know what I'm saying? And even now as a Christian, it's still you know, it still gives me that eternal perspective to know that we're not here forever. To know that, you know, the time is short, so it kind of keeps me on my mind to be about, you know, doing the will of God, you know what I'm saying, while I'm here. And also not to get hung up on the things of this world, you know, knowing that the material things and, you know, it's just temporary. Everything that's here on earth is temporary. So the gospel kind of just constantly gives me a picture of eternity to come, you know, and to live for that rather than just for, you know, passing fads and things.
How long have you not been doing gospel music for?
Well, you know what? Like as soon as I got saved, there's like a 6 months period where I didn't do anything, and then I kind of started writing. But I don't know if I was actually doing it, but do you know what I'm saying? I was doing it to myself. I might have done it like on outreach and stuff, but it was kind of just something on the side, a hobby, because I used to rap before, and it was just kind of nothing seriously. I only really started taking it global, if you want to say that, do you know what I'm saying, and kind of spreading it, putting it out there for the world to listen to, was probably in 2010. So we're probably talking 2 years ago, maybe even less than 2 years ago. So yeah, I've been writing and rapping and stuff, but since being out, it's been about 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I started doing gospel rap way back, like in, you know, 96, 97. Then I kind of went on a period where, as a Christian, I was doing like mainstream work and stuff like that, rapping on mainstream stuff, and had, you know, reasonable success with that. But then I kind of got to a fork in the roads when I was offered a deal with a like mainstream label, major label, and it really kind of had, or I say deal, publishing deal, but it really had me kind of like thinking, okay, if I take this road, like the mainstream thing, that's gonna cancel out me doing gospel, and vice versa. Really, if I, you know, both of them want all of you in it. Do you know what I mean? And I made a decision then, really just based on the fact that I really felt convicted by God that He wanted me to use my talents exclusively for Him. Do you know what I mean? So I've been rapping exclusively for God, you might say, since about 2000 and about 2002.
Cool. And are you working on anything at the moment?
Yeah, I'm working on a solo project, like the follow-up to yours truly. It's going to be totally different. I'm excited about it. Yeah, I would love to tell you the title.
Give it away.
I can't know. I really can't. I'd love to tell you the title and what it's about and all of that. But I promise when I do, you lot holler at me, hit me up on Twitter or something, and I'll give you the full scoop. Also, we're working on a joint thing, me and Jahaziel, Armour, Brandon, and Etiz, which is the Forerunners. Us five together collectively. We're working on something collectively as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on the album, but that probably won't. That's been kind of pushed back a little bit. But I've been doing a compilation with some of my label mates in the States with Exist Music that should be out just after the summer. And I'm putting out an EP as well for July, so that's just around the corner as well. That's only gonna be like 5 tracks, but yeah, you know, so we're on that. Album early next year, Forerunners, maybe even a collaboration album with Dwayne Triumph if he says yes. Been trying to get him on that. Dwayne, let's get this thing done.
And what do you aim to see happen in today's listening to your music?
I aim to change the world, and that's the actual truth. Change the world, and I think you change the world probably one person at a time. And the way you change people is, obviously you have to get your mind renewed. Romans 12:2, sorry, I'm going to be quoting wrong scriptures and stuff. Edit that out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Be not like the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So obviously through the gospel, just living it out and thinking to people, you will change people's mindsets. And when you change people's mindsets, you will change how they, do you know what I'm saying? You will change how they act. And that's it. I think that's for every believer. That's the aim. Do you know what I'm saying? Jesus took his 12 and them 12 literally changed the world as we see it today. So I don't think we should aim for anything less but to see the whole of mankind changed and conform to a mindset that elevates Christ. So honestly, that's my aim.
Tru2DaName.
I mean, the same thing as what Tru said, really, that you know, like, I guess I want believers to hear our stuff and be fired up to do the works that He's called us to. Do you know what I mean? Like morale is an important part. You know, the scripture says, "Cast not away your confidence." You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes living in this world where you can be bombarded so much with the world's mentality and whatever, that you can kind of feel like you're in the minority as a Christian. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm reminded of, who was it? Was it Elisha? That the Lord lifted the veil from his eyes and he saw that there were more angels for them than all the armies that were against them. And that's why we can say confidently that greater is He that's in us, you know, than he that's in the world. You know what I'm saying? That we're more than conquerors through Christ. It's like changing our mentality. I hope for us to get our mentality switched to realise that we are not in the minority, we're in the majority, because God plus anyone is a majority. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, even the angels, like a third of them was cast out of heaven, which means there's two angels to every one demon, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like we outnumber them. And I think sometimes just to be encouraged to know that, you know, they got their shine now, but you know, our time's coming. And I really hope to just inspire saints to want to, you know, be about sharing the gospel, because ultimately it's the gospel that, you know, is the power of God unto salvation. So yeah. It might sound crazy, like change the world, but real talk, like that's it.
And obviously we got to start at home. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's not just just forget the church. I'm just trying to reach sinners. Like just doesn't make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be saved into what? Do you know what I mean? So we start at home and then we go outward.
And lastly, what message do you have for the young people?
Go hard for Jesus, man. Like honestly, I got saved when I was 17, 18, and even though I was fairly young, I even still regret not doing it when I was 12. Do you know what I'm saying? There's stuff even now that you have to battle with and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know too many people, I could almost bring you anyone who was saved in their 20s. Any of my friends will tell you, I wish I did it when I was younger. Do you know what I'm saying? So allow the looking back and regretting and wishing you did this earlier, because if you don't, you will, I guarantee you. Do you know what I'm saying? So in your youth, while you're at that age, really get to know Jesus. Yeah. Get to know Him. Like, I don't mean church and it's all the programs, as good as they are. Do you know what I'm saying? There's got to be something deeper, because they're only good when you know Him. Do you know what I'm saying? If you don't know Him, they're just a chore. So that's what I would say. And it sounds so cliche, innit? I'll get to know Jesus, but it's actually the solution for everything. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Get to know Him in a personal way, whether that's just reading the Word. Do you know what I'm saying? Bits and pieces. I used to read half a chapter a day. I couldn't even make one chapter. That was too much for me. Half a chapter a day. Say two little prayers. I swear I used to spend like 5 minutes with God, 5-10 minutes. But 5-10 minutes every day stacks up, and God done wonders. Do you know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say, get to know Jesus and be bold and unashamed about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously He will give you the power to do that once you know Him anyway. So that's it, really. It's the most important thing.
I'm a beehive, R-G-I-N. Yeah, they can try hard, but me, I'm unashamed. Christ came and told and they changed how I flex. Now I run out of state from sex. Yeah, until I say I do anything to be glory to you. Tell it, slow down, you're embarrassing yourself.